And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Chase Race number 8 of the Mobil1 Cup Series here in Season 5, as we are here at our final short track stop, Iowa Speedway. And we are getting ready for what should be an exciting event. And we got a guy on board here in the co-commentator's booth who knows a lot about this track. He is Shawn the Dog 97, Shawn Henley. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, it's really glad to be here, and really glad that the NNSCRA main 3 series are all going here to Iowa Speedway. I mean, this is a very, very awesome 7/8 mile short track that really should be getting a cup race very soon, because there's so much other action going on here at this track. I mean, it's just nonstop racing all year long, and cup could definitely be considering going here someday. But enough of that. So we're ready to get Mobil1 Cup Series action going on here today.
I couldn't agree with you more that it deserves a Cup Series spot in their schedule. But, Enter 2003 and NASCAR are not exactly similar. Here in Enter 2003, Iowa Speedway is considered a bit of a wreck fest, and we saw that take place in the Truck Series race where Dylan Poteet, who led the chase points all the way up to this point, now has lost that points lead there. We saw how the wrecking here at Iowa affected the chasers in that series. What do you think is going to happen here in this series?
Well, from my perspective here of this track, especially this one, is turn 2 is going to be just truth or death, or wow, I don't know what I just said. But anyways, turn 2 is going to really decide how you're going to really get through this track, because turn 2 is just kind of annoying, especially on this configuration of the track. This actually isn't the actual Iowa track is actually kind of banked, and this one is kind of flat. So there's a little bit of a difference between these two. But turn 2 really is just going to be either get through it or you don't. You're going to end up going up into the wall, and that's how that really goes.
Well, probably whenever anybody co-commentates with me, they always have to answer this very difficult question. And based on what we saw with Chris Dollerton being the pole sitter for the Truck Series race and being the one who got spun out for the first caution while he led the field, I always ask this: where, as a driver, would you want to start here at Iowa in the field? At the front, at the back, in the middle? Where's the preferable spot to start?
It would definitely be probably within the first, in the top 5, if you want to ask me. If you're in the middle of the field, that's really going to be a tough place to pass. I mean, this place really, in real life, it's turn 3 and 4. That's where you can really pass a lot of drivers, and turn 3 especially, trying to get a really good run going into the bottom and try to sweep by somebody, make the pass. So you really want to be up front, probably the first 2 or 3 rows, I would say, if you want to have a good chance at making it to victory lane. If you start towards the back, then, well, better pray that something bad happens to some of the drivers up at the front.
Yeah, and speaking of hoping that problems hit people, we got 4 people here today right now that are separated by 35 points in the chase standings. After today, with the wrecks that happen, we may have more people come into the championship hunt, but the 4 we'll be keeping an eye on during the course of this day: Adam Chambers, who's actually the current points leader, and he's got a good qualifying spot up there in 3rd place. He comes in with a 29-point advantage over Sean Galligan. Then it's 33 back to Eric Burton, and then 35 back to James Silverfox. Now, with Chambers right there, it would seem like, at least for the start of this race, he's in the catbird seat.
Oh, no question about that. I mean, he has got the best position out of all the chasers right here, starting in the 3rd place. I actually think that's the place you want to be if you want to win this race. So Adam Chambers is in a very good position at the start of this race. Got a very good qualifying spot.
All right, well, we're going to get these cars rolling off. They'll complete a couple pace laps. While they do that, we will show you the starting lineup for today's race. Probably one thing we're going to have to keep an eye on is see who's going to be able to get the run off of turn 4, because that ended up being the difference maker between Hayden Klein going to victory lane and Emilio Navarrete finishing 2nd. So in just a moment, we will come back for the green flag, as here's your official starting lineup for today's Dupont Pioneer 250.
Oh, yeah.
Austin on the point for this race, alongside of Tryphon Reed, who actually is a chaser, 8th in points, and maybe could move up in the stands. And of course, the points leader, Adam Chambers. The green flag is out. Here they go into turn 1.
And we are racing here at Iowa.
Now, it's going to be interesting here. A lot of drivers, it looks like they overdrive turn 2, and I wonder if any of them are going to do it here. Oh, there goes Richard Johnson.
Wide, and there we go.
That
did not take long at all, and that was what I pointed out in the pre-race too, and yeah, it happened right away. So,
and that was right up at the front of the field too. Tryphon Reed,
outside pole sitter, Tryphon Reed. There we go. In the 12, he just got royally screwed.
Whoa!
Right.
Something happened up here at turn 4 too.
Oh, Austin Ogo with some damage on his hood. That's a lot of damage, I should say.
Yeah, that's not some damage.
Oh yeah, he's a chaser, isn't he?
He's
always dead last in the points. So. What?
And there was someone smoking. Oh yeah, it's Lily Erickson, another
rookie.
Oh,
that's well, she's done.
I think so.
For the day.
There's Eric Burton back in this. I don't know if he got involved in anything, and he's third in the point standings, but he looks relatively clean.
Yeah, his car is okay, so... Oh, back in damage at the 22.
I think you're right. Yep, Poteet's got damage. And I don't think this happened in turn 2. I think that some of these other damaged cars we're seeing, something happened out of turn 4.
Might have started in turn 2, because we saw the 12 car go around, but then something might have happened coming in 4, so we'll have to check that out.
And look who the leader is. Chambers got to the lead. And that is big right there for that 21 team.
I was definitely, I guess third place was the right place to be in. He really went to the lead pretty fast. Only took him 2 turns to do it, so.
I guess so. But that's a tough break for Richard Johnson. Tryphon Reed both had good qualifying spots up inside the top 10. We're going to take a look and see what puts under the caution. 2 different wrecks taking place here to push under the yellow for the first time today at Iowa. Well, here it was coming off turn number 2, and this was right up there, 3rd, 4th, 5th position. And I don't know if the 69 of Henley's going to try and make it 3 wide, or if the 10 of McLeod comes up. Just so many different lanes that they come off here, exits off of turn 2 and turn 4, and sometimes they all intersect.
Yep, and there you can see the 12 slamming up against that outside wall, and the 69 of Shawn Henley, bam, right there. And into the 38, I had nowhere to go, and then the 10 of James McLeod avoided it. So,
yeah, I think you're right. I think the 12 got the wall, came down in across the nose of the 69. And I'll tell you, one guy who really made a bold move, and that was James McLeod. Watch the 10 car. He's still in the apron, and I saw him come up the racetrack here, and I don't know how everybody was able to avoid him.
He's pulled the slide job on everybody, and then they just all go by him. There.
That was a fortunate thing that he got up there, at least to the high groups. Everybody was able to get past him, but I almost wonder if maybe...
Look at everyone there. They're just all touching against each other. That's really dangerous, especially on the first lap of a race.
Oh, Barney Ward got into Charles Jackson, and he put him up into the wall.
Whoops. And there goes Charles.
Barney Ward, I think he gets the wall off 4. And we know...
I think that's where that... little incident happening there coming off of 4.
Yep, so. There it is right there. Jake Rogers, he got into Charles. Austin Ogo was the one who jacked him up.
And that's where he got his damage, Austin Ogo. And then, yep.
James Quall's going to come into the picture. He's not going to be able to slow down. And Eric Burton did get damaged. He's the one who ran to the back of Poteet.
Aha!
So there's 3rd in the points involved in this incident.
Yes, indeed. I was definitely just... first lap jitters right there. Everyone just wanted to probably get the first caution out of the way, but hopefully it's not caution breed cautions today.
Yeah, and that's definitely something we don't want to have happen. And hopefully, with getting into a single file restart next time, maybe, just maybe, we'll get some green flag laps in. But Eric Burton, I think he started this race somewhere, I think he was 41st at the start of this race, and so that qualifying spot really hurt him. We'll have to see if he can get the damage repaired, as a few drivers going to be DNFing from this thing. A lot of drivers that were up at the front of the field involved in different incidents here. So we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Adam Chambers is the current leader. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Chambers is going to be the leader. 2nd place will be the pole sitter, Austin. Mark Thomas is now up to 3rd. Henley 4th and Leah Walker 5th. Rest of the top 10 are Jacob Lawler, Zach Buchanan, Felix Graves, Joseph Bryant, and Barney Ward, who we saw actually get the wall off 4 when he made contact with Charles Jackson. he's been able to continue in the 10th position, and that's one thing I've seen here at Iowa. It's rather interesting. These drivers do go up to pretty high speeds at this track, but a lot of drivers, after what look like relatively hard hits, they're still able to continue on in their position.
Oh yeah, because that is in our 2003 logic there. For you get involved in a big wreck and you're gonna end up keeping on going, but when you get in the smallest little incident, you're out of the race. So can't really explain that one. But anyways, we're gonna go back to the green flag, and Adam Chambers is the leader.
Yes, he is. He's gonna lead them here to our second green flag of the day. This one, our first restart, and he got a good jump.
And yeah, he did. I think he is the only chaser inside the top 10 as of right now. So that's obviously quite an advantage.
Wow, they were bouncing off each other here for second place. Mark Thomas and Drew Austin. That was close. And, oh, they're going 3 wide. Lawler bounces between Buchanan and Henley and somehow hangs on to it.
Well, I guess those are the risks you have to take, and especially this late in the season, if you want to have your reputation good for next season. Oh my goodness, they're really clustered up back in 15th place or somewhere around there.
And look at Galligan. He's worked his way up now to the 13th position. Oh, but there's a spin up ahead of him.
Uh-oh, this is not good.
He got through it.
Oh my goodness. I think those were part of the leaders there that actually wrecked.
That was Buchanan, Leah Walker, and I couldn't tell who the other one was.
Boy, it's getting crazy.
Everybody's just backing up here. Good grief. Oh, Lawler might have been the other one.
Yeah, we saw him there in that 3 wide situation earlier, and then that. So Adam Chambers actually, I think, lost the lead. Oh, he lost a lot of positions.
Who's the leader? They're saying Zach Buchanan's the leader? I thought he spun out.
That I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. Oh, boy, Adam Chambers got close.
What in the world are they doing?
Look out.
I don't know who the leader is. They're scoring. Zach Buchanan is the leader, but Chambers is going ahead of everybody. So I guess they had just a whole mix-up coming down to the start-finish line or something. And it looks like they're going to make some pit stops.
And this could be an issue. This could be big time today as well. Pit strategy here. I mean, yeah, pit strategy.
Yeah, and we saw the pit strategy take place quite a bit in the Truck Series race, but with it being 38 laps, they're probably going to try and stretch it a little bit further, I would think.
Yeah, because they come to it, tires and fuel come at a premium these days, so they definitely want to keep hold of them as long as they can.
Well, Adam Chambers, he did not start on the pole. Drew Austin did, so he's going to start in that 1 position pit box. We'll see if that's going to be the deciding factor here. Is Chambers is going to go for right side tires. Drew Austin doesn't appear to. And Leah Walker.
The 15 only, probably just took fuel only there.
And here's the confusing part for me, the 15 and the 7, I'm almost certain when we go back to a replay, I'm pretty sure those 2 drivers had spun out and brought out the caution flag.
Well, it's their lucky day. I mean, just got wrecked and, oh, you're leading. How convenient is that?
And they didn't take tires, which is the weird thing. They spun out and they're not
taking... that might hurt them in the long run.
Let's see
especially
if they,
at a track like this.
See if they update the scoring here. Maybe some drivers stayed out. Oh, a few drivers stayed out, actually.
Oh, well, there we go. There's what was thrown in the loophole.
Okay, so Joseph Bryant stayed out. So did Felix Graves, Luke Martin, Shawn Henley, Jacob Lawler. That's the top 5. Then Vedaravu, Dylan Young. That's the top 7. They did not pit. And then Leah Walker is 8th, with Buchanan 9th and James McLeod in 10th.
Definitely very interesting strategies. Drivers on different pit windows, so.
And that threw a big monkey wrench into this too. Good grief.
Yes, it did, especially for scoring monitors.
All right. Well, Joseph Bryant is the current leader of this race, and so. Oh, and they say that we're going to have 1 to go, so we're going to very, very quickly jump back and try to take a look at the replay and try and get back in time for the green flag. Well, here's a look at what happened. Leah Walker, Mark Thomas. This was a battle, I believe it was for the 3rd position. And
the caution actually came out before that. I saw the yellow lights on the wall there, so and then that happened right on the front stretch. And 15 and the 66 get together, and then there goes Zach Buchanan.
Right off the nose of Drew Austin, the pole sitter.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to create chaos in the front stretch there, and see if most of the drivers were able to avoid it, but
And see, that's where I don't get the 15 and the 7 not taking tires, because they spun out. I would have thought they'd be worried about flat spotting it. And oh, Mark Thomas got a little chunk taken out of him by Wolfgang Mason. So he had some damage.
Six car took a rough ride there.
So the question now is, who did the... Oh, and then there's Jake Baskinger and Cole Daly getting into it back here. But the question is, who did the caution initially come out for then, if it didn't come out for that incident on the front straightaway?
That is our question of the minute.
Let's see here, this incident here. Let's see if they're still green at this point. Maybe it was this wreck with... No, it's caution's still out at this point when Michael Norman went right up into Jake Baskinger.
He just kind of derped it there. So I'll probably have to rewind it a little bit and find out what really brought out the caution.
Oh, man. Reed, Burton, Whitus of Otas, Nicole Williams, they all got pieces of that, but I'm not sure. Oh, I wonder if it was Charles. It probably was Charles.
Of course.
No, it wasn't Charles. It was...
Wow.
Oh, it was Danny Wells in the 54.
Oh, did he come up onto the track and then take... Oh, boy. Oh, that happened way up. Turn 2 again.
Yep. Oh, right there. Contact between Silver
Ooh,
Fox and I think
wow.
Wolfgang Mason sent him right down to Danny Wells, and 31 kind of wheel-hopped it there a little.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hard impact. A tough break for Danny Wells in the 54. I mean, he just got taken out right there. Flat, plain and simple.
So
And that straightens it out.
That was what actually brought our caution out, and then we had 2 more wrecks take place up in the turn 4 area, both at the front and the middle of the pack. So that's what the yellow flag came out for. Fortunately, we've gotten everything settled out. We're getting ready to go back to the green flag. Back just in time for the green flag, 2 lap cars to contend with. First time we've dealt with that all race weekend with Richard Johnson and Eric Burton as the green flag's back out.
Green flag is back out.
We know the top 7 did not pit. Are they relying on a caution to come immediately out or something like that?
I think that would be their best bet of having good luck and turn 2 again.
Oh boy, I don't like what's going on back there. Look at this. The lap cars are going 3 wide with the lead lap cars.
Use your heads, guys. Don't make any mistake that I would.
Oh boy, Richard Johnson was literally riding the wall down the whole front straightaway there.
He is on the place called the high side.
Oh, there's spin.
Oh, there we go. Oh boy. That's the big one right there. Oh, there goes the 69.
Oh, 69 is flipping up onto his roof.
Oh! Do a barrel roll.
Poteet, I think, was the one that nailed him. Oh, slow down, Baskinger.
Look out. Hit the deck. That's all we gotta say here, because it is just... That was the big one right there.
Yeah, I think we can safely say that was the big one. My goodness. Ralph Mason's got damage. He's a chaser, 7th in points. Looks like Galligan's okay. And here come those drivers.
Chambers. Oh, yep, that's the caution they needed, so...
Looks like all these drivers going to come down pit road. Bryant, Luke Martin, Lawler, Graves.
That will definitely benefit them and probably the rest of this race, I'm assuming. If we keep having cautions.
And it looks like everybody's coming down pit road. I don't think anybody's rolling the dice after this one.
Nope, they want to get those 4 fresh good years on their cars and
here comes Bryant, and he will be the first off pit road. That was really a timely caution for him, and lucky for him too that everybody decided to come down pit road that time.
So, yep, he was in the right place at the right time, and he took advantage of it. So, good job there to the 89 team.
Lap cars, Eric Burton, Richard Johnson ready to make their pit stops. We're going to take a look at a replay of what undoubtedly so far has been our biggest wreck of the day. Well, here's the reason for the caution coming out. All those drivers who decided not to pit also decided, with all the tire wear and everything so far, to go 4 wide, and that normally doesn't work here at Iowa.
That is almost the worst thing to do at really any track, but at here, that's just beyond the worst thing you want to even try to do. You don't even want to think about even going 3 wide. Don't even think about going 4 wide.
And right here, oh, Felix Graves got the wall, clips Henley.
Yep, and there he goes.
Just creates a whole smoke screen there. 2 drivers trying to dodge, see if they can get through that wreck, and Dylan Young goes around, Buchanan goes around, and then it's just going
Oh,
to be
did
pandemonium
Adam
after this.
Chambers, did he miss this? He might have missed this. Wow.
Oh boy, he got that right in the right wheel. I don't know how bad the hit was. Leia Walker nowhere to go.
Buchanan's down there in the 7 sliding on the apron.
There's Finn Guy in the 11. He got a piece of Leia Walker. Oh, James Qualls got spun around by Haru Tashimi there on the bottom of the screen. Kyle Sosnowski got a piece of that.
Trenty Poo missed that in the 8.
And we know that Henley's going to get T-boned. I think it's by Poti. Yep, here he comes. And
Yep.
right into
Right
the driver's
on
side.
the driver's side door. And, well, actually.
And that wasn't what flipped the 69 over, though. It was then...
Oh,
Jake
in the
Rogers?
19, Jake Rogers. Yes.
How about two shots to the driver's side door?
I didn't hurt at all. Holy mackerel.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, Danny
Boy.
Wells full speed through that wreck. And back onto all 4 wheels goes the Viagra Chevrolet, and actually he drives away from that wreck, amazingly enough.
Like I said, even if you flip over, you're still probably going to have a 99% chance of still making it throughout the rest of the race.
So we had probably about 13 to 15 cars involved in that incident. Dylan Pote's day, I'm pretty sure, is over as black smoke erupts out of the back of his Ford. But the caution waves once again. We're getting pretty close to halfway. Let's head back to the green. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. All these drivers came down pit road on our last caution, so they should be good to go for a while. Bryant's the leader, Lawler's second. Sean Galligan's been able to, with pit strategy and picking up track position, missing wrecks, he's moved himself up to 3rd right now, and he came in only 29 points back from Adam Chambers, so he's in a good position right now if he's going to try to cut into Chambers' lead. Luke Martin going to be...
Very easily could if we keep having cautions.
Luke Martin 4th, Chris Kyle going to be 5th, and it's Vedaravu, Riley Ogle, James Qualls, Justin Williams, and Felix Graves. Chambers not too far back, though. He's going to restart in the 14th position.
Yep, so really, actually, drivers that I don't see start at the front of the field are actually not even at the front of the field, so what I said in the pre-race has not really gone through very well, is we're going to go back to the green flag.
Now, the big difference as the green comes out probably was that fact that those drivers decided to stay out, got that quick caution, and then everybody decided to come down pit road. I was quite certain those 7 were going to be left out to dry on pit road and be starting at the tail end of the field, but that was, as we see, not the case, and Vedaravu was just spun it around out of turn 2.
There they go again, and oh boy.
James McLeod and Riley Ogle go along with him, and again, the caution flag is out. And Brian got a whale of a lead.
Yeah, he's got a very good car here today, so wouldn't be surprised we see the 89 car in victory lane.
See if anybody else had any problems. Oh, yep. Dylan Young. He and Drew Austin.
44 cars around there, the pole sitter.
Boy, he's
not
been having a
miserable
good day.
Yeah.
I think Tryfon Reed may have spun with him.
So the front row is just having a terrible day. I must have jinxed him. Wow.
And John McNamara just made a pit stop. I don't know if that was scheduled or not. And Joseph Bryant is back on pit road again. And he's the only one.
Well, he is on a very weird window of pit stops here because he's really only gone 1 lap in the last like 2 or 3 pit cautions. He's coming on all of them. So I don't know if that 89 team has something planned, but you never know.
Don't know, and we are getting pretty close to less than 10 to go too. So if they've got something planned here, I don't know if it's going to work out for him or not, because he's going to be starting way at the back, and we've seen with these wrecks here too that maybe near the back of the pack's not exactly where you want to be.
Yep, because you got a very good chance of getting involved in a wreck, and that's what we've just been having here today. So, yep.
Well, due to Joseph Bryant making a pit stop, Jacob Lawler has now inherited the lead. We've got to take a look back at what happened to put us under the caution for what I believe now is our 4th time here today. Well, we told them not to go 4 wide. They go 4 wide up ahead and almost 5 wide behind him. That was not the memo we gave them.
Yep, I mean, just lack of awareness, I guess, and that was just a cluster right there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't
And
we
then,
usually see them hit the wall and then go off the nose of people. They actually had those cars sideways before they even got to that safer barrier on the back straightaway.
yep. Oh, Vadar review there, the 77. That is Riley Ogle, Justin Williams, and James McLeod there.
And Justin Williams did a good job actually getting through that incident, but again, drivers who were up inside the top 10 involved in this incident. Darvu restarted in 6th, Ogle restarted in 7th, and McLeod restarted in 8th.
So I actually think that Joseph Bryant may be playing something very smart, because we've seen now, with the case of this incident, that drivers in the top 10 just keep on wrecking each other. So Joseph Bryant might have just made a very smart decision by coming down to pit now last time and going to the back,
and also
so he can wait it out.
And with the cautions we've been having too, because, you know, we may have drivers also have to come down maybe not quite in their fuel window, so if these cautions keep on happening, then Bryant may be able to stay out at some point and pick up 20, 21 spots under the caution flag.
Yep, and there's most of these cars have damage on them, so that will affect them aerodynamically. So.
And there's the incident with Dylan Young. He gets into Buchanan into the wall, and he clips Austin. And Ralph Mason, Tryfon Reed right behind him.
That was just that was a trifecta of drivers getting spun out there on the front stretch. That was just awkward.
Kind of like Simon Says or something. Follow the leader.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
Wow. And you know what the hard break of is a lot of drivers, they've not been wrecked once or twice. They've been wrecked 3 or 4 times here today. It's like they've been targeted.
Yep. I was just not treating them right, so, or not the way they wanted to be treated, but I don't know.
Well, we're under the caution flag again. Let's go back to yet another restart. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. Let's update first on the drivers who have DNF'd from this race. Surprisingly, only 7 drivers behind the wall. They include Shawn Henley, Dylan Poteet, Cole Daly, Mark Thomas, Wolfgang Mason, Austin Ogo, who is definitely out of the chase picture now, and Lily Erickson. 3 cars are 1 lap down. They are Eric Burton, Richard Johnson, and Waidos Avotas. I'm not sure where Avotas is in this field, but we do know he's still on the racetrack at least. And the top 10, as we go back to green, are Lawler, Sean Galligan, Chris Kyle, Jordan Davis, Barney Ward, then it's Danny Wells, who we saw spin out not too long ago, Chambers in 7th, Dunham up to 8th, Sosnowski 9th, and Nicole Williams rounds out the top 10. Green flag back out.
Like you mentioned with Danny Wells, I mean, he was involved in an earlier incident. Just don't give up, especially if your car doesn't have very much damage. I mean, you can still get up in the top 10 like Danny Wells, so keep that in mind.
Oh, Sean Galligan almost getting crowded there by Lawler as the two of them going to battle for the lead here. And, I don't like this off turn 4. Galligan's going to clear Lawler as Lawler gets the wall. New leader, the 64, and the caution's out again.
Well, that was a perfectly timed move, and then cautioned out again.
And this time it's going to be for, looks like James Silverfox in the 31. And John McNamara is making another unscheduled pit stop, and somebody spun in turn 1 too. I don't know who it was, but looks like maybe a solo car spin puts us under the caution here.
This might be.
Gonna have to take a look, see what happened to James Silverfox, puts us under the caution one more time. Well, apparently the pit strategy for Joseph Bryant did not work out quite the way he planned. He's in the middle of a very tight 3-wide situation with Tryfon Reed and Silverfox, and off turn 2, we know the end of that story.
He just sandwiched the 12 and the 31 hard into that outside wall, and there went his good race down the toilet. And
Bryant had been up at the front. That car had relatively no damage on it at all. Not anymore. He's definitely got some manglement on the right front of his car as he got the safer barrier, and Silverfox just been a really tough day for him.
It's also been a really tough day for the 12 car of Tryfon Reed. He just cannot catch a break. Whatever comes at him, he just can't avoid it. So it's a tough day for the outside pole sitter too.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Tryfon Reed came in 8th in points. Silverfox came in 4th in points, as we said at the top of the program, only 35 points out of the top spot. So certainly not the Iowa race he was looking for to try and keep himself in the championship picture.
Now that will definitely hurt both of them dramatically in the standings if they don't keep on wrecking, or if they do. So yep.
So a 2-car spin, or a 3-car spin really, off turn 2 puts under the caution again. Let's go back to the green once more. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The leader, Shawn Galligan, and we said at the top of the program, Galligan's trying to cut into Adam Chambers' points lead. Keep in mind, if Galligan won this race, that's 5 extra bonus points he would get on top of the 42 points for finishing first, so that really would help him out.
That would pretty much, that pretty much would help him out a lot. So Galligan's in a very good spot right now. Obviously, he's in P1, so hopefully he can hang on and hope for the best.
The thing that he probably doesn't like hearing is the fact that Adam Chambers, the guy he's trying to run down though, is also running pretty well. Still up in the top 10, the 8th position, so Galligan's got to really hope that Chambers runs into problems, and a few other drivers up here that we haven't really talked about. Kyle Sosnowski, 5th in points, Trent Dunham, 6th in points. They are there in 5th and 6th place for this race, so they're doing a great job keeping themselves possibly in the title picture.
What a coincidence.
As
we go back to the green flag.
Green flag's back out. Let's see if they can get some green flag laps in. We've been constantly under the caution flag, and that's over. I think Eric Burton just got turned. Well, if he didn't, he did now.
Boy. And there goes his hopes for now.
And a little
recovering.
interesting thing there. If I'm seeing this correctly, I may have misjudged it from what I saw, but I think I saw Sosnowski turn Eric Burton off turn 2. Burton saved it, and then Sosnowski turned him into turn 3. And we know Sosnowski kindled a little bit of a rivalry with James McLeod already, and I don't know, this may be another one that's kindled here, because that looked like almost an intentional turn.
Yep, 34 might be 2 for 2 on getting rivalries today, so we'll have to really see what happened in the replay.
A few drivers making pit stops. Don't know if it's any of the leaders or not. See if Galligan's coming down pit road. Nope, he's going to stay out, so he'll still be the leader. So we are now past 10 laps to go, so we will have a single file restart to finish off this race, hopefully under green. We're going to take a look here at a replay of what happened, the incident between Eric Burton and Kyle Sosnowski. Well, here's a look at it. Keep in mind Eric Burton is a lap down car, so probably Sosnowski wanted to get by him as soon as possible, but watch here, coming off turn 2, I think Sosnowski's going to...
He just gets a really good run, and then that escalated.
And watch Burton. Burton's going to save it here, I think. Oh, no. Well, he's kind of bouncing between Trent Dunham and Sosnowski, and Sosnowski just can't get off of him, I guess.
So that is how that really happened. So I don't think that would be a good way to start a rivalry, but...
No, and looking back at it, it didn't really look like it was intentional. At first I thought it was, because I saw the 34 get into the 29 off 2, and then you see the two of them together in 3, but I think he got a little bit of help too. Trent Dunham kind of bouncing the 29 back up the racetrack, and Justin Williams actually finished the job of spinning the 29 around.
And the 34 did get a really good run coming off of turn 2, and he was on the way high side of the racetrack, so that had a little bit of part in this. So.
Right, and Sosnowski can't just come to a dead stop, because then he'd have someone run to the back of him, so really can't place the blame on really any one driver there, just a racing incident, and it's going to set us up for maybe a pretty good finish here at Iowa as we get ready to go back for what we hope is our final restart of the day. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. It will be a single file restart due to the fact that when we get the green, there'll be 6 laps to go. Hopefully they can race a clean green to the checkers, but we also have the possibility of fuel strategy coming into play, because these guys, I think, last pitted back around lap 18 or so, so you think they saved enough, perhaps?
Well, it's going to definitely be close, but only time will tell if the leaders will make it or not, so this is going to, if they don't, then this is going to get really interesting. If they do, it'll still be interesting.
Top 10 as we go back to green. Galligan, Chris Kyle, Jacob Lawler, Barney Ward, Trent Dunham now up to 5th. The points leader Chambers is now 6th. Then it's Nicole Williams. Jake Baskinger, last week's winner, is now up in the 8th position. 9th place Leah Walker. And Danny Wells completes the top 10 as we are back to green flag racing. And Galligan got a good jump.
Oh yes, he did. I mean that 21 car has also climbed up in a very good spot. So he is gone from the back and he's climbed his way back up to the front.
Whoa, 3 back there for 3rd place. Barney Ward, Jacob Lawler, Trent Dunham. Chambers going to make it wide. And Barney Ward's on his side.
Oh my goodness. Martin Truex got for Richmond all over again, but he's flipping.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, oh my gosh. Holy crap.
He just got plastered by Finn Guy. He flipped
Wow.
Kyle Sosnowski over.
Well, okay then.
And
Drivers just make. Oh,
Kyle.
that's not good.
Well, he crossed the stripe in 4th place. He saved it.
Wow, unbelievable. These guys are. Well, that actually might end the race,
That
or might come
could.
close to ending the race.
I don't know
Wow.
how Chris saved that. That was amazing. And he still hung on for 4th there. But
Everyone just had their head cut off going on into the tri-oval there. That was just unbelievable.
Oh my
Cars were
goodness.
flipping and hitting each other. Man, oh man.
We gotta look back at a replay of this. When they hit the stripe, there'll be 3 to go. We'll have to see if maybe they will give us a 1-lap shootout or something. But if not, Galligan will have this race won possibly. Dunham is 2nd, Baskinger 3rd, 4th Chris Kyle, and Justin Williams now is up into the 5th position as we take a look now at what could possibly be, probably will be, our final caution of the day, and it was a doozy. Well, here's a look at it off of 4. This was a battle 4 wide for position number 3. And, oh boy, it really just started in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Barney Ward and Lawler just kind of hooked together there. And look at that.
And then he's gonna wall ride there on the outside wall there.
And I thought maybe, just maybe, he'd be able to keep it up there, but I don't know who it is going to come down and tag him. It might be Zach Buchanan in the 7. No, Barney Ward just flips over on his own. And look at the hit that Finn Guy takes right there.
Ouch. And then Sosnowski. Yeah. Oh. Yep. Oh.
Kind of a slap
Yeah.
to the 34.
He kind of hit that 41 car a little bit.
Jake Rogers got a piece of it as well. And believe it or not, from what I'm seeing, with what we just had happen there, only 4 cars got damage out of that incident.
Yeah, I was about to mention there were some drivers that did a nice job of avoiding that going on the high side and the low side. So, yeah, that just all happened in the middle of the track, and then they just went on by.
Wow. Barney Ward, certainly not the way he wanted in this race. He was up inside the top 10, and we've said it all day long. Seems like when you run up front, you get involved in these wrecks, and Barney Ward goes for more than a wreck. He goes for a wild ride here for what could be the finish of this race. We're going to head back now and see if this race will end under caution or if we will get a 1-lap shootout to end today's event.
Oh, yeah!
Well, unfortunately, this race is not going to end under the green flag. The white flag was just displayed for Shawn Galligan. The lights are still on atop the pace car, but this is going to be big here as far as the points because Shawn Galligan is going to be picking up, amazingly enough, his first Mobil1 Cup Series win of the season. He was one of 3 drivers who did not have a win here as far as chasers were concerned. Now we're going to be down to 2 as Galligan will finally find victory lane here in Season 5.
Well, he avoided all the wrecks. He made the move about a few laps ago that really cemented this victory. So well done by Shawn Galligan.
How about Trent Dunham, 6th in points? He may be back in the title hunt now. He comes
that
back
will really
for
help
second.
him too.
That was quite a
That will
job.
really, yep.
And what a follow-up for the winner last week at Texas. Jake Baskinger going to finish 3rd today.
It's a solid run for that 25 team as Shawn Galligan wins at Iowa.
Chris Kyle, he's going to get 4th place after he had an amazing save there coming down to the caution. Justin Williams, we saw him get involved in that 4-wide situation off turn 2 that one time, and he got through it. He survives for 5th.
Brings that 5 car, yep.
I don't think we even talked about Harui Jashimi today. She's going to get 6th place.
I don't think we did either.
Rohit Vidaravu, he came back to finish 7th. 8th was Jacob Lawler, Nicole Williams in 9th, and James McLeod, who I think was involved in at least 4 different incidents at the top of this, at the beginning of this race. He's going to finish 10th.
Well, how about that? That just like I said, don't give up if you don't have very much damage on a car. If you have a lot of damage on a car, you're obviously going to give up. But if you don't, keep on going because that will happen, especially with James McLeod being in so many incidents today.
Adam Chambers, the points leader, is going to finish in 13th place, and with tallying up what I got here, it looks like that
Galligan might cut that lead in half.
He's cut it by 18 points, so that means that now Galligan is only going to be behind Adam Chambers by 11 points heading into Talladega next week.
Oh, yeah, he Oh, yeah, he definitely cut that in half, so that was a good day there for that 64 team, and especially for the championship.
Well, we can't even find Galligan. He's already headed to victory lane. But
Yep, he's already headed to Pizza Ranch Victory Lane.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
And we will
Probably gonna meet Rusty Wallace there, the partial owner of this track. If you did not know that. Oh.
Well,
Oh boy.
interesting things going on there
Oh.
with the points leader. What?
Well.
Little,
I know, yeah, short tracks kind of bring out tempers, but
little entertainment
not really
there?
necessary.
Little breakdancing
I don't
by the
know.
points leader or something? I don't know.
Giving us a little bit of encore here.
Little reverse burnout or something. As we take a look and see where the rest of the chasers finished today's race, we told you Chambers finished in 13th place. Tryphon Reed, we saw him get involved in a lot of stuff. He still finished in 16th place. Silver Fox survives to finish in 18th. Joseph Bryant, after what seemed like sound strategy, he's going to finish the night or the day in 20th. Ralph Mason 21st. And that were the rest of the drivers that actually finished the race as far as chasers. Eric Burton, he finished a lap down in 30th place. Wido Savotas was 31st. Kyle Sosnowski, we know he had a pretty hard hit there with Barney Ward. He'll DNF in 35th place. And the lowest finishing chaser going to be Austin Ogo in the 41st position. I think that right now already we can write out a few drivers out of the championship picture already. Wido Savotas, Joseph Bryant, Austin Ogo. I think after the 4 runs they had today, they're pretty much eliminated from competing for the championship now.
Yeah, and Nicole Williams, who I think finished in the top 10, she really, that helped her too, of not being eliminated, but she's pretty close and she's right on that bubble there, in ninth place after the last race, but it's going to be changed now, maybe.
Yeah, and this is going to help Trent Dunham out too. We talked about his runner-up finish. Drivers like Silver Fox, Sosnowski, and Eric Burton all didn't finish all that terribly well. They finished outside the top 15, so maybe, I don't know how close the points were between them. Let's see, it was only about 17 points separating third from sixth place, so Dunham may be up in the third position by the time we head to Talladega.
We'll have to wait and see here at the end of the video, so...
Alright, well, with all the formalities that we have at the end, if you guys enjoyed this video, like this video, if you enjoyed today's race, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Be sure to subscribe to Shawn the Dog 97's channel as well. The link to his channel is in the description. Be sure to click that nice little blue link. And Shawn, I want to thank you for joining me for this race. You're going to be pulling double duty too, helping me commentate the Snickers Cup Series race too.
Oh, yeah, it's been a pleasure here for this first race here, the Mobil1 Cup Series, and I think the Snickers Cup Series has something for us, so that should definitely be an entertaining race, to say the least.
Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this. Here comes your official finisher results, overall point standings, rookie points, and chase points, heading into what will be our next to last race at Talladega Super Speedway, right after we finish up our Iowa race weekend. So, hope to see you guys for that. You've been watching the rest of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.
I like corn.